Yo guys, it's CFB, welcome back to a brand new video, welcome back to the channel today. Yes, I am back with the uploads and I'm back with the match previews. I just want to quickly apologise for not uploading a video the past week. The only excuse I've got for you guys is I've been fairly busy. That's the only thing I've got for you guys. I've been busy. Maybe I could have fitted in a video at one point since the last time I uploaded, but like I said, the only excuse I've got for you guys is I've been busy. I do apologise. But I am back. I am back with the uploads, obviously, because Chelsea are playing tomorrow. This is the match preview for, guess what? The round of 16, the knockout stages of the Conference League. The Conference League makes a return. The Conference League makes a return, and tomorrow we're going to be playing in it against Copenhagen. So it's Copenhagen versus Chelsea. The match preview for this is this video. So before we do get into it, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description of my streaming channel, my second channel. Go and check those out, be very much appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. And just quickly, whilst I was on the topic a second ago of not uploading the past couple of weeks, there is a big video I have got on this channel coming up next week. So keep your eyes peeled for that, because I'm telling you this right now, it is going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one, and I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. So anyway, let's jump straight into it. Copenhagen versus Chelsea, Conference League. The first round of the knockout stages of the Conference League, the round of 16. We're getting towards end game in the European competitions. Obviously, we are now in March. Usually, I think April, or it's like late April, early May is usually when European finals are usually taking place. So you're looking less than 2 months until the European final. And let's be real, Chelsea Football Club should be in that European final. Tomorrow, we play Copenhagen at their ground. It should still be an easy win. Even though, as you can read by the title, I'm pretty sure, Copenhagen, I reckon, is going to be our biggest test in this whole competition. I reckon they could be our biggest test in the whole competition until the final. And even then, the final should still be a team we should be beating quite easily. Do you know what I mean? And, yeah, Copenhagen are the team that are in our way. They finished 18th in the Conference League. I'm looking at it right now. They finished 18th in the Conference League with 8 points, scoring 12 goals in the competition, obviously before they proceeded to this next round. We, obviously, with obviously finishing first in the league, the Conference League thing. By the way, I hate this European League format. I'm not a big fan of it. Bring back group stages, that's what I say. Anyway, we finished first with 18 points with a total of 26 goals scored. Holy moly. Unreal. We destroyed the group stages like we admittedly should have done. Do you know what I mean? That was always the bare minimum. We absolutely dismantled every team in the group stage. That's all I ever wanted, and the fact that we did that, I can't really complain. We did the job what we were meant to do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But they are the statistics of the head-to-head thing we go up against Copenhagen. I can't sit here and say I know a lot about Copenhagen, and you know I've watched some of their games, some of their highlights. I've not watched them at all, but they've managed to just squeeze into the round of 16 knockout stages. They've managed to just get through. So they're still good enough. You know what I'm trying to say? It wasn't an automatic qualification. I think it wasn't an automatic qualification, because in the new European League format, obviously you have a certain amount of teams that finish in the top half of the table that qualify straight away to the next round. You obviously have the middle teams that some of them face off against each other or something, and then you obviously have the bottom lot that just straight up go out of the competition. Copenhagen are they are one of the teams that I think had to go through a playoff, I think it was. I'm not too sure. I'm presuming that is the case, because obviously they finished 18th. So I'm presuming that's the case. But either way, you cannot take this game lightly. And you're going to see my team line up in a bit for what 11 I'm going to go for tomorrow. I'm not going to go easy. I'm not going to be choosing the 11s that I was choosing for the group stages, where you see about 5 or 6 youngsters and the rest being second teamers. No, you're not seeing that tomorrow. You're not seeing that tomorrow, because Copenhagen are a strong team. They're usually a Champions League level team, if I'm not mistaken. And if I actually do a quick little look, and funny enough, I've got the table up already, obviously. They're currently sitting first in the Denmark League, because they're a Denmark team. They're currently sitting first in their league with 40 points, currently 1 point above second place. It looks like there's a battle between them and second place for the title. Third is on 32 points. So Copenhagen, I know they're a Champions League level team. They are a Champions League level team. I've seen them in the Champions League before. Remember back in the older times that they were kicking around in the Champions League. They are a Champions League level club for their league and stuff like that. So even though they're in this competition along with us, we're a Champions League club as well. We deserve to be in that competition, but unfortunately at the moment we're not. You still can't take these teams lightly. You still cannot take these teams lightly. I'm still expecting a big result though. I'm still expecting a big result tomorrow against Copenhagen, which would obviously put us into the quarterfinals. Now, if I'm looking at the table right now for the Conference League, and what could potentially happen if we do win. Obviously, if we don't, if we actually have to win tomorrow's game, and then obviously next week's game because there's 2 legs. If we win this leg and go to the quarterfinals, we could face either Molde or I don't even know what that other team says. Sorry, this image is quite blurry, like it's just naturally blurry. Liga Wobzawa. I'm not too sure. Sorry if I've butchered that. But we could face either one of those teams for the quarterfinals. And then the opposite side of the spectrum, obviously whoever qualifies between Paphos and Garden. I'm sorry, man. Some of these teams, like, do you know what I'm trying to say? We should win this, man. Who's Garden? You know what I'm trying to say? No offence to them. Obviously, whoever wins out of those two could face Borak or SK Rapid. And then obviously so on and so forth. You know what I'm trying to say? But the team that I was telling you about that could be our finalists, who I think are going to be the finalists to face us in the final, I reckon it's going to be Real Betis. I think Real Betis are going to be the team that are going to go to the final of the Conference League. We're going to face Real Betis, aka Anthony FC. You know what I'm trying to say? He's had a revelation at Real Betis, a fair play to him. I reckon they are the toughest team in this whole competition. This whole competition that I'm looking at, them and Fiorentina are probably the 2 strongest teams, and then I'd probably say Copenhagen. And obviously, we're facing Copenhagen tomorrow. Either way, Real Betis, Fiorentina, Copenhagen, Garden, we should absolutely destroy all of these teams. And I'm not coming on here to be cocky and, putting the biceps up and say, yeah, we're Chelsea FC, we should be winning these games. But that is the case. We should be beating these teams in this competition. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Even if it's with our second teamers, we should still get the job done. You know what I mean? So, look, at least now, with these Conference League games that we've got left, at least these ones are kind of more entertaining than the ones were in the group stage. Because the ones in the group stage were teams we should be beating with our youth team. Now, it's starting to get to the point where, yeah, you might face a couple decent teams. Copenhagen, Champions League level team that is in this competition. You know, it's just a little bit more exciting, especially the further you get into the competition. You know what I'm trying to say? So, anyway... team news, Lavia is in training, but he's not going to be there tomorrow, I don't think he's in the squad, so he's not going to be there, but he's back in training, which is a really big positive to take. Wesley Fofana and Benoit Badiashile, I forgot his name, that's how long since I've seen him, are also back in training, but aren't going to be ready tomorrow. So, Jackson and Mark Good, there's no development there on how they're doing. All I've seen is them in training in the gym. That's the only thing I've seen from them. So I don't think they're back out on the grass yet, which is a bit unfortunate because that means we've still got no striker. But after Nkunku's performance in the last game, it was positive. Hopefully it's a step forward in the right direction. Obviously Nkunku's going to be in the squad tomorrow. New players have been added into this Conference League squad, because obviously when you go to round of 16, you get to pick some more players to go into your squad and take some ones out. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if you've left majority of first teamers out of the squad like we did for the group stage, you can put them in the round of 16. And that's what we've done with players like Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was one of them. Oh, it wasn't Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is not one of them. There's a couple of others that have been added into the squad, and it's just not bouncing to my head enough. But there's a couple of others that have been added to the squad, which is really, really good as well. Anyway, talking about the squad, let's now get into the 11 I want to go with for tomorrow. So, the lineup I'm going to go with for tomorrow against Copenhagen is going to be right on the screen. Philip Jorgensen in goal, Mark Cucurella left back, Levi Colwill and Josh Chimpong as your two centre-backs. Malagusto right back, Enzo Fernandez and Dewsbury Hall in the double pivot in midfield. Jadon Sancho off the left, Palmer in the 10. Tyreek George off the right, and then Kunku is the ST. Now, let me tell you the reasons why I've chose these players for tomorrow. Jorgensen in goal. I want Jorgensen instead of Sanchez. If Sanchez starts tomorrow, would I mind it? Not really. And why do I say that? It's because I want Jorgensen rested and ready for the league games. You know what I'm trying to say? And we've got to go to Denmark. We've got to play still on Sunday. So if Jorgensen doesn't start, I'm not really going to complain because Sanchez still should get the job done against Copenhagen. Mark Cucurella left back. Mark Cucurella has to be in. I'd have him inverting into midfield. Malagusto inverting in as a right centre back. I'd have that personally. Obviously, we are so much better when Cucurella inverts into midfield. He's also the only left back we've got in the team. So Cucurella left back. Speaking about Malagusto, let's go on to Malagusto. Malagusto, I think, it's actually been better over the last few weeks. I know a lot of people have their opinions on Gusto this season, and I do see it. I do hear it. I do think he's not been anywhere near as good as what he was last season. I do think it comes down to the system. He's not really operating at his best in the system. But I think the last few weeks, I think he's actually been a bit better. When he's not inverting into midfield, he does way better, in my opinion. So keep it like that. Keep Gusto and play him. Colwill and Josh Chimpong. Now, we know that Trevor Chalobah got a little bit of an injury, but he's 100% fine to play tomorrow, is what Maresca has said. But I want to see a bit more of Josh Chimpong. I really liked seeing him. We haven't seen him for quite a while now, for the past month, maybe a bit longer. And we've seen him at right back. He does the job at right back. Obviously, he is a natural right back. So if he plays at right back tomorrow, I'm not going to complain. But I would like to see him at right centre back. I think he did really well in that game against Crystal Palace, where he was playing right centre back. Let's see it again. You know what I'm trying to say? This is the type of game he can show his worth in. And, you know, he's got, you know, semi-experienced players and, you know, players that still should get the job done even without experience, even like a Levi Colwill, you know what I mean? He's not the most experienced player, but like against a team like Copenhagen in this competition, he should get the job done. You know what I mean? He should be fine alongside Levi Colwill. So I want to see Josh Chimpong at right centre-back, obviously Levi Colwill left centre-back. I think Tosin should be rested for the weekend. Tosin, I think, should be. And the same with Trevor Chalobah. I value Tosin and Trev higher than Levi Colwill at the moment. So that's why I put Colwill in for this game. Enzo Dewsbury Hall. Now, you're probably wondering, where's Caicedo? Caicedo is rested. He doesn't really need to be rested. I know a player like Caicedo, he's got an engine tank. You know what I'm trying to say? He hasn't just got a tank. He hasn't got an engine. He's got both. Combine them. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's had a week rest. But I'd give Enzo and Dewsbury Hall a run. Caicedo's been playing every single game consistently pretty much the whole season. Enzo had a little bit of time off due to an injury. Dewsbury Hall has been having time off just in general because he's not being picked. Dewsbury Hall should get it done tomorrow, and Enzo Fernandez should be the one playing a little bit deeper tomorrow. I know that's not been his best role because obviously we've seen the new role he's been developed in the last few games, and I think it's been brilliant. I think it's been perfect. But play him a bit deeper tomorrow. He can play that deep role. Do it so he can compensate for Dewsbury Hall, because you wouldn't play Dewsbury Hall as the deeper one out of the two, would you, between these two? Like, it'd just go catastrophic then, wouldn't it? Because I feel like Enzo's way better at defending than what Dewsbury Hall is. So I'd go with that anyway. Jadon Sancho off the left. Sancho's got to up his game a little bit. I can't lie, not the last few weeks, but quite a lot of, since December-ish, I haven't seen him have a really good game since. I think it's been very meh or not good. So he's going to play tomorrow for me. Rest Pedro Neto. Tyreek George off the right. I want to see Tyreek George play. I want to see Tyreek George a bit more. He got a good assist in the last game. If I'm not mistaken, it was against Southampton, if I'm not mistaken. He got a good assist, looked effective coming off the bench in that game as well against a Premier League side. You could argue Southampton would probably beat Copenhagen, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a draw. I'm not too sure. But the last few cameos he's made off the bench, I think Tyreek George has been very positive, so I'd play Tyreek George. Palmer makes his debut in the Conference League, in the UEFA Conference League. There's a reason why we didn't use him before, because we should be storming this competition, but because we're low on numbers in the attacking areas, he has to play tomorrow. And the same with Nkunku. He has to play tomorrow, and I would play him tomorrow either way anyway, but if it was for me, I'd play him in a 10 and Mark Gu up top, but obviously Mark Gu's injured, so Palmer's going to have to fit in at the number 10, and then Nkunku's going to be the ST, and Nkunku should definitely score tomorrow. And I'm hoping if he scores tomorrow, he gets a bit more of that confidence up. You know what I'm trying to say? He got a goal and assist against Southampton in the last game. If he gets another goal today, who knows? It could bump it up a little bit more. And then maybe we get to see the old Nkunku. That's all I'm hoping. But anyway, that's the 11 I'm going to go with. Let me in the comments down below what you would go with. So now we get to the part of the video where we're doing score predictions for Copenhagen versus Chelsea. Round of 16 game in the UEFA Conference League. I think it's going to be much tougher in this game than what it would be at home, because obviously Copenhagen are going to want to get one up on us in general. Obviously they're playing Chelsea, they've got nothing to lose. We've got everything to lose. If we draw or even win this game by 1 goal, people are going to look at us and go, oh, you know, Chelsea have had a bit of a mare there. You know what I'm trying to say? Arguably, we should be winning this game by 2 or 3 goals. We should be. Do I think that's going to happen? I'm not too sure. Obviously, like I said, it's at their ground first, so it's arguably we're getting the more tougher start out of the way in terms of playing them at their ground first and then playing at our ground second. I still think we're going to come away with the win. I think it's going to be Copenhagen 1, Chelsea 3. That's what I'm going to go with. And I think we're going to destroy them, and then towards the end I think they'll go and get a goal. So yeah, that's my predictions for tomorrow. Like I said, I think Cole Palmer and Nkunku have got to get on the score sheet some way, somehow, whether it's got to be an Nkunku goal, but I reckon Cole Palmer will get a goal or an assist. You know what I'm trying to say? So anyway, that's the 11 I'm going to go with for tomorrow. I kind of hope George maybe gets on the score sheet as well. That would be kind of really nice to see. Anyway, that's the score prediction I'm going with for tomorrow and everything like that. So please like, subscribe, take care. Be here an hour after the game tomorrow for the match review of Copenhagen versus Chelsea. So be ready for that. Take care, everybody. See you on the video tomorrow. Peace.